Imagine outsmarting the FBI, not once but dozens of times, and walking away without a scratch. In 1972, in the heart of New York City, one woman did exactly that. New York City, 1972. A city alive with noise, energy, and tension. Political protests, underground movements, and social upheaval kept government agencies on constant alert. Among the chaos, a woman named Ruth Weiss quietly became a thorn in the side of the most powerful intelligence organization in America, the FBI. Ruth was ordinary in appearance, a woman in her late 20s, calm, precise, and unassuming. But beneath that exterior lay a mind honed for strategy, cryptography, and observation. She had become involved with activists fighting for social change, and her mission was simple: protect her friends and her community from government surveillance while ensuring that justice and information flowed unhindered. The FBI noticed her quickly. Reports mentioned her name, her associates, and her meetings. They thought they had her tracked, that they understood her patterns. But Ruth Weiss had anticipated their every move before it even happened. The first attempts to catch her were subtle. Agents tried to intercept her letters, tap her phones, and infiltrate meetings. But Ruth had already created a system of codes so intricate that intercepted messages were meaningless. Phone calls were brief, vague, and often routed through payphones miles apart from her location. Meetings were constantly relocated, with decoys left to mislead anyone watching. Even undercover agents planted among her friends could not catch her off guard. Ruth had an uncanny ability to detect subtle changes in behavior and body language, and she protected sensitive information accordingly. By the end of 1972, the FBI had documented over 30 attempts to monitor Ruth Weiss, and every single one failed. She became a ghost, moving undetected in a city full of eyes and ears. Her weapons were intelligence, patience, and strategy. She never resorted to violence, yet she achieved what many thought impossible. She outsmarted one of the most feared agencies in the world. One particularly clever tactic involved sending misleading instructions in letters to her associates. The FBI, convinced they were on the right trail, wasted precious days chasing false leads. Meanwhile, Ruth conducted her real meetings in crowded public spaces, using hand signals, subtle gestures, and coded language to communicate. Every maneuver was calculated, every countermeasure pre-planned, as if she were playing a high-stakes chess game with the entire federal system. Her brilliance was not only in strategy, but in her composure. When agents thought they had her cornered, she remained calm, responding with poise and precision. Each failure by the FBI only highlighted the gap between raw power and thoughtful intelligence. Ruth Weiss had become a legend, not in the public eye, but within the declassified files that would only emerge decades later. By 1973, the world would come to learn the extent of her audacity. Ruth Weiss remained unknown to most, yet her story revealed a powerful truth. One determined individual, armed with foresight, patience, and courage, could challenge institutions considered untouchable and emerge victorious. Her story teaches more than cleverness. It teaches resilience. Resistance does not always shout. It can whisper in codes, move in shadows, and anticipate danger before it arrives. Ruth's actions remind us that ordinary people can make extraordinary impacts when intelligence and courage guide them. Ruth Weiss's legacy endures because it is a story of principle over power. She did not act for fame or recognition. She acted because she believed in protecting truth, safety, and dignity. In a world where systems often silence those who cannot fight back, Ruth became an example of what one sharp mind and a steady heart can accomplish. By the end, she had vanished from their reach, leaving the FBI baffled and her secret intact. Her cunning and courage left a mark on history few will ever forget. What would you do if you faced the same pressure? Could you maintain patience, strategy, and courage when everything is against you? Ruth Weiss did. And history now remembers her, not for destruction, but for preservation. The preservation of truth, human decency, and the power of one determined person. If you want more untold stories from America's past, make sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Let's uncover the hidden truths together.